Mr. Chris Wark today. And this is a treat for me too, because this is the first time I've been able to have a conversation like this with him. And so this will be fun. But we are doing these interviews today because it is Giving Tuesday. So I'm going to kind of let Susie talk to you about why we are planning all these interviews and promoting Giving Tuesday out to our community and asking you to share it with others who could benefit as well. So go ahead, Susie.
Thank you, Maya. And hi, Chris. Yay. We are also thrilled that you're on. You're awesome. I know you've got a lot going on today. So thank you for joining us. And I just wanted to let everyone know Giving Tuesday is a big day. We're grateful because social media sets aside a day for nonprofits to actually highlight parts of their community and why you should give. But it's not only Giving Tuesday, but you guys would be getting something. And part of that is what Chris Wark has done for HealingStrong during this day. So I'm going to tell you what you're going to get when you give. So for everyone that gives today, and we hope that you'll give during our time that we're talking to Chris, you are going to get access to a web page that has all of our books, all of our ebooks. They have lots of recipes in them, stories of hope, resources, our participant guide, our Create to Heal Strong book, and our 30-day healthy living guide. You'll also get one of our Bible studies. You'll get Jane Barlow's book. You'll get Sherry Calbome's book. And then you will also get access to a ton of recipes, like I said. Then if you give $50 or more, Jane Barlow is sending you from her office a signed copy of her book, her Healthy Habits book. So if you give $50 or more, you get that. But here's the really special thing. If you give $75 today or more, and I know Chris and I talked last week, and that is like cheap. So he has given all of our community, for anybody that gives $75 or more, we are sending you a Square One and Jane Barlow's book. That's over $200 worth of something that we're giving you just for donating. So please consider giving today. Chris has been a part of our community for 10 years, and I want to just turn it over to you, Chris. I have a whole list of questions. Like, I would love to do rapid fire questions with you, but I want to know, why are you involved in HealingStrong, and why would you even consider being here on Giving Tuesday?
Or my story, the shortest version is, I was diagnosed with colon cancer when I was had surgery, and then I chose an alternative route to get well, which was a overdose food and juicing and changing my whole life. And I was very much alone. It was really hard to do that alone, and everyone around me thought I'd lost my mind and saying what I was trying to do. And I had a handful of books, and I was desperate to connect with people because, again, I felt so alone, and I wasn't really able to. Which was really the scariest time of my healing. There wasn't a support group for people who were trying to heal with a. And fortunately, I got well. But I guess about 10. Well, no, that's 8 years later, I met Susie, and she invited me to speak in an event about about healing holistically, and we just connected, and I just in their mission pretty early on, and just realized this is the best thing going for someone who's trying to heal cancer, is to be able to connect with a local support group, or even in an online group, and get encouragement and get inspiration and practical advice and all these things. Prayer, right? And powerful and so necessary and so helpful. And again, I wish HealingStrong had when I was in the scary part of my cancer journey. But anyway, that's why, because it's so much easier now when you have other people who understand what you're doing. And without that support, it just does so much harder, because there's so much pressure to just get rushed into treatment, out of pressure to just go with the flow, don't rock the boat. And in my example, they will tell you, they will criticize you, they will try to undermine you, even though they love you. When you start changing your life, people around you get very, very uncomfortable. Friends, you got to make some new, healthy friends, and that's
so true. And that's what Healing Strong's about. You get one big community of people that really believe in what you're doing and can come alongside you. You mentioned our conference. So that was in 2013, Chris. And I just remember it was the first time so many of the people that we hear about today that are online as the strong educators were on the same stage. But I really feel like that was one big Healing Strong support group, wasn't it? I mean, afterwards we'd come together. You were always there. And I love that about you. People always say this about you at our conferences, Chris, because you take time to talk to each and every person and really encourage them and listen to their stories and make them feel seen and heard. And you do that. And it's so beautiful. And we really appreciate that. So thank you for just being you and continuing to support us all these years.
Well, I love to do that, because I lived through it, and how scary it is, and how meaningful it is. Who's further down the road, right? Or who has recovered or healed. Like I said, I just didn't have that. And I desperately wanted it. It would have given me so much, just so much more hope. Darkest, those dark days when you're just really struggling. So yeah, it's something I have to do, when I'm at an event or whatever. Like, I have to wants to talk.
Yeah, you're awesome at it.
That's okay too.
You shut our last one down. We were talking about that recently. You shut us down. We were all kicked out. Chris Wark is on the outside of the building with a long line of people, and we were all leaving. The conference people were leaving. Chris is still in line. So that's who you are. And we all love you. Everybody on, we just love you, Chris, and appreciate you for who you are. So I have some questions. All right. Since I've got you here, I have some questions for you. A lot of people know your story, and we've heard many interviews of yours, but I just wanted to get some summaries. Like, I want to know from you, what is your favorite book that you haven't written?
Do my own books count? Yeah. Oh man, this is so random. What category?
Well,
fiction,
since we're talking
nonfiction?
about healing, let's do healing.
Yeah.
Healing, but yeah. Well, all right. So, man, that's a tough question. I've read so many books about healing.
What made you go when you were reading it?
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I tell you what really kicked my butt. This book I read was called God's Way to Ultimate Health. That was by George Malcolmus. So which is about healing cancer with the raw food diet. So that book was huge. But then I also read booklet, almost like a booklet by Dr. Richard Schultz called Diseases. And that was
called what?
Awesome
Diseases?
Too.
Diseases?
There are diseases.
Okay. Awesome.
Another
I don't know.
really good one.
Type this out. People are going to want to hear it. Tell me who is your...
I'll tell you another one. Another one up online is Toxemia Explained by Dr. John Tillman. I think it's,
Okay.
really, really good.
That's really good.
This is written, I think he wrote it in like 1920 or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's good. And Janet or anyone else that's in the chat, Marin, if you guys get this, type it in the chat because people are wanting to know. Okay, who's your favorite speaker that you've heard to speak that you just really enjoy listening to speak?
This is kind of a repeat because, again, if I'm going back journey days, it was Dr. Richard Schultz.
Okay.
For sure. That's because he again, he's just really good with the tough, and that's what I needed to hear. Like I needed someone to just kick my body and emotionally and get me fired up about changing my life. Or I had some of his lectures on tape, and again read that short book that he wrote, and it was just, man, it was
really good.
So I still think he's amazing.
Okay. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Tell me your favorite story of healing. Yeah, I know you talked to countless people, but maybe someone who stood out to you.
Yeah, there's come to mind that I've interviewed them both, but Felicity Corbin Wheeler, cancer survivor, just a remarkable, lovely woman, and I know she's still alive, but she healed pancreatic cancer and just and goes back and forth between the UK and spent some time in Italy too. But she's amazing. If you Felicity, she is just incredible. And then my dear friend Kay, also, who I met at the HealingStrong event in 2013.
Yes,
interviewed her.
She's in our little book that you will get if you sign up. Yep, she's in the little book. Kay Hahn.
Kay Hahn, just the sweetest woman. And I met her and I interviewed her in 2013, stage 4 pancreatic, and she was just thriving, just doing really well. Continued to thrive. And as far as I know, she's still alive 10 years later, or almost later. And I mean, those are the stories that are so, I mean, pancreatic's like the worst, right? Story. You tell a story about somebody healing pancreatic cancer. And there was just because we're on the subject, Ann Cooper, who you also know, who I also met at the first HealingStrong. Another, I guess she's around a 20-year pancreatic survivor. All these women healed holistically. They all wrapped life and did everything in their power to help themselves heal. Mm-hmm. And I've interviewed both. If you go to Chris Beat Cancer, type in Ann, type in Felicity, you can watch all 3 of those interviews.
Yeah, your interviews are great. You have some really wonderful testimonies. Okay, you told a story, and I thought I'd just bring it up again because I'm sure everyone's not heard it, but it's a story about forgiveness, that you were at a small retreat and there was a lady that was there. Would you mind talking about, do you know which one I'm talking about?
About the scorpion?
I think you were at Theo's retreat and there was a lady.
Yeah. Oh, that's 2 different stories. I think you're thinking of the woman
in the hospital room. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was at clinic. It's hard for me to tell this story. I get pretty emotional. I'll try to choke my way thinking about
no pressure.
It gets me a little misty, but I was at this camp a couple days. It was a small clinic in Mexico, and with the patients there, and there was one woman who I had not spoken to because she had been in her room the whole week and exhausted and just couldn't even get out of bed, and she was in a lot of pain, stomach cancer. Her husband was there, and just ended up chatting with him afternoon. I'm actually not even sure what time of day it was, but we were chatting, and then he went back to his room, and then he came back out and he said, "Hey, I went back, just walked back into my room, my work out there, she had recognized my voice. She heard my voice. She heard me talking to him.
Mm.
And and so I turned around because the couch was right outside their door. And I turned around and I saw her in her room, and I said, "Do you want to talk?" And she said, "Yeah." And so she sat down on the couch, and we just, I just felt like I needed to ask her, "Who do you need to forgive?" And she immediately just started sobbing, just got very emotional. And I do it. And I just explained to her that forgiveness will keep you safe. And so I just said, let's just pray to forgive this. She said, "Is it okay if I pray in Korean?" She was Korean. And so I kind of just led her through a real simple prayer of releasing some resentment that she had toward this person in her life. And she was just praying along, choking, and it was like there was so much just like tears and snot, just beautiful. It was just a beautiful moment. And anyway, so we kind of finished that, and she went back to her room and bed. And I was leaving the next morning. I was leaving the next morning, and I woke up early because I had to, kind of get going and catch a flight up. And it's hard to talk about. Her husband was up, and he came over to me and he said, "Hey, that later on that night, my wife," and she stood straight up. He said she hasn't seen her. She's been bent over the whole time in pain. She stood straight up. She sent me a message later that day, and she just said, you taught me how to release my pain. It wasn't me, but it was the forgiveness. And it's really is. And so that story gives me, it's just,
well, I love it.
Remarkable thing.
It testimonies allow us to help others to free from their own prisons, right?
Yeah.
And so when we share stories like that, I knew it would choke you up because I've heard you tell it twice now, and I know it's an emotional thing. But Chris, one thing that you and I both share is our faith, and that's something different with HealingStrong, that we believe that that God can heal, but if He doesn't, and all we do is teach people about juicing and detoxification and supplementation and give them books to read, but we never point them to the true healer, then we're just making them a little more comfortable in darkness. And so that is the difference between what HealingStrong offers in the space of holistic health, our scrappy little organization, right, Chris? We were talking about it last week.
Yeah.
This is what we do different, and we can't do it without the support of you, Chris. You're in the fabric of everything that we do, and our community and those that are on right now. We can't do what we do without your help. And so my last question is, who's your favorite nonprofit, Chris?
There are several that I love, but
yes,
HealingStrong definitely is in the top, for sure. Because again, like we said earlier, what you're doing. First of all, I know you, right? I know the people that are running this have huge hearts, and they care about people, and you especially, Susie. You're a survivor. You just know exactly what people are going through and what they need to, the support they need. Like, you understand it. And that means so much to me, seeing the fruit, seeing how much HealingStrong has grown, seeing these groups pop up all over the world and cities. Groups are there right now.
Well, we couldn't do it without you. And I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Chris.
Now, how many groups? I don't know if you heard my question. How many?
Yeah, so I didn't hear that. You've kind of been going in and out. We have 150 groups, and after COVID, our groups kind of fell, but we morphed, and now we're doing a lot of our groups have combined and are doing online groups together. So we're growing. We didn't let this cut us off at the knees like it wanted to. We actually now have a larger reach. We reached 15,000 people last year. And like I shared earlier in the day, HealingStrong takes no money from government. We have about 80% of our giving is from smaller donors. And and Chris, you and I talked about this early on, that's how a grassroots organization really will stand firm and strong, is whenever we are supported from the inside out. And so that's why we're doing today. And I know that your support will help garner a lot of that interest. So thank you for working with us on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just so everybody knows, I don't get any money to promote HealingStrong. All the dollars that you donate go to this organization. They don't go to me. And $25, you get a copy of my course, which is, a couple $100 course, what I did and what a lot of people have done to heal holistically. And the thing about cancer, there's a lot of stuff you can do, conventional and alternative, but at the end of the day, healing happens at home. You really have to take control of your life and your health. You have to change your life. You have to change how you take care of your body. You've got to change the way you think, the way you act and react. There's a lot to do, and but it's not, none of it's hard. But realize that if you want to survive and thrive, then you have to be willing to change. And that's what I just see over and over again of all the survivors I've interviewed. And the same motivation, and we all basically did the same things, right? It's make change, no excuses, and just nutrition and focusing on faith, and just taking a step out, kind of getting out of the rut of modern human life, I guess you could say, and waking up with bliss and adventure. Because that's what happens when you have a life-threatening illness, right? I mean, you can let it make you bitter, or you can let it make you better. It's your choice, the way you decide to look at your problems and look at your challenges, and as there to make you stronger and wiser and smarter and healthier, and more unhappy. And it's just your choice, right? And that's not something that anyone can sell you. It's just realize that you have the power to choose, right? You have the power to choose the way every day. And so it's like those simple changes that you can make each day. That's what makes all the difference. With HealingStrong, what I'm doing with my books and my course, and everything, we're doing the same things. We're just trying them to make these simple shifts in their daily routine that healing, and to stop doing the things that are wrecking your life and wrecking your health. Stop poisoning and polluting your body. Let go of the bitterness and the anger and killing you. It's making you sick. And
yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that at first. That's why I love your course and your program, because it isn't just for somebody who's healing. Your course is like this one-stop shop that addresses so many aspects. So I don't know if you know, but my mom got breast cancer. And then the Lord used that to lead me into natural health. And I was on my journey of finding things out, and he was lifting the veil. And then I found you, maybe end of 2016, early 2017, and the course. And man, it is invaluable and recommend it 1000%. So it's helped me in making my baby steps for sure.
That's so cool. Because yeah, it's like a lot of people, that's their cancer health, right? It's someone close to them.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes the catalyst for them to take prevention seriously, to take their health seriously. And yeah, those are the folks we're trying to reach, to just reach the sick people, right? I'm trying to reach people who are healthy, or maybe we can get them off the path,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so easier, and there's a lot less stress involved when you lead a prevention, heal, and you're dealing with all the pressures and struggles of disease. So thankful for HealingStrong. Everybody watching, I hope you'll donate today. They've got some, or if you donate $75, you get my course, and you get a bunch of books, and just because it's an incredible organization, you absolutely won't regret it. And this is 9 years I've known these people, and known a lot of people in my life, and I've had associations with and in the health and wellness and healing space, and a lot are not there anymore, right? HealingStrong is one of the few 12 years personally as a public figure that I'm still so connected to, because these are good people. Right? And there's no agenda. It's just love and compassion, and yeah, that's why I'm a huge fan.
Well, thank you, Chris. Tell us what's coming on next year, 2023. What's on the horizon for you?
Oh God, no. I don't even know.
Big boat.
I put 2 books out in the span of about a year, in 2020 and 2021, Cancer Daily, and then a plant-based cookbook called Beat Cancer Kitchen. And so that was a lot of work. Super pumped, my wife and I, that they're out there. But now it's been nice not having to work on, and I can just focus on doing, interviewing people who've healed and interviewing doctors next week. So I'll definitely continue doing that. And I'm hoping I'll be able to speak more, as things have opened up and people are organized, that there will just be more opportunities for me to travel and speak, because I love to do that. And so major official plans, there's a few events, on the books, but that's all I got in terms of 2023 predictions.
And just maybe one will be HealingStrong, right?
Yeah, well, definitely.
So we'll announce that at the end of at the end of this day. We do have a big announcement. So and we're doing the Healing Journey Jumpstart. Are you releasing that in February again, right? Square one?
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Which just stay tuned, folks. That'll be a great opportunity for folks of your Yeah.
Well, we so appreciate you. For everyone that watched this little clip, thank you so much. I see so many names that I recognize, and I just want to say thank you for all of your support. I hope that you'll go on and give. Every dollar that is given will be matched by Templeton Wellness Foundation up to $5,000. So we hope that you will give, and then we have lots of gifts that are in the making, and because of Chris and others who have partnered with us to make this such not only a Giving Tuesday, but you're also going to get something. So thank you all so much. Chris, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience? Or I know that you are in the middle of a big family thing going on right now, so you probably want to get back to them, but is there anything you'd like to share?
Well, I could talk, but I feel like feel like I've said most of what I want. For those of you watching, support group in your area, think about starting your own Healing Strong, hosting a Healing Strong support group. And they've got 150 groups, and it's just growing and growing. And you'll be so blessed when you start people that are like-minded and people that love the Lord and love health and healing. Like, it's just such an incredible community. I just cannot say enough good things. So yeah, connect with the group. Be generous today. Again, with so many reasons. It's so much better than like a PBS donation. Yeah, where it's like you donate $100 and you get a mug or something. Yeah. It's worth it.
It's worth it. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Well, Chris, God bless you. Thank you so much. I wish you the very best the rest of this week and through the Christmas holidays. Maya, thank you again for just being here and all you're doing to help us. And I just want to acknowledge Janet and Marin and our team that's online answering questions. Betty and Paige, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We love you. We love you, Chris. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.